It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tsh, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, li, da, di, li, di, da. Di, da, di, li, di, da, di, li, 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 da, di, di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da.
Uh, Pat, are you gonna say something?
All right, what do I say? I'm doing this thing? Oh, shit. I
Prepared.
Hey, we have to be always surprised, don't we? Isn't that how this thing works?
That's right. Did French tell you that you were actually going to be the host and his?
Isn't that
No,
standard
but
that
hey.
is the second in line for hosting duties?
I didn't know that. I thought it was Tower Bird. He did hosting last time.
Well, I made the show notes and I did all the stream stuff. Somebody's gotta do some work around here.
I can do some work here. I can do this. Okay, everyone. Welcome to the Gatepush Squad. It's episode 122. And I'm your host, Old Backpack. And this is the hot show where we bring you all the latest hot news. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're the only hot podcast that's been sponsored by Bad Benny.
Yeah. Professionalism at its finest.
I'm going to hold on to that forever. So yes, we're the only explicit podcast where we have a player of every rank almost, up from a Tower Baron. Where are you now? Are you silver or are you gold yet?
My main account is Silver 2.
Okay, but your Smurf is at gold like 2?
Yeah, I haven't really played that though because I'm playing with my Bush League team. I don't have the hero pool for that account.
Okay. Well, yeah, so all the way from a silver type player up to a Grandmaster? Grandmaster anymore? Master. Okay. Well, he'll be there eventually.
Sadly.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, I'd like to let's welcome our guest. So let's welcome our master player, or Diamond probably, Scott.
Yeah. It's good to be here. And
Yeah.
I'm Diamond 1 right now.
You
3
dipped
wins
into
away from
Masters a
Master.
little bit, right? And then
No, I haven't played enough games. I always do shitty on my placements and get placed in like Diamond 1. Gotta work my way up.
you dip into Masters, and then like a week later, you're back down to like high diamond, and then you dip into Masters again.
That's where I like to hover, you know?
Yeah. That was I was listening to Core the other day, and then Bo has one of the hosts has like a similar situation, except he goes into Diamond 5 and then dips back into Plat, and he calls it whenever he goes to Diamond, the Plat police takes him back. So for Scott, it's the Diamond police.
The Diamond Police.
I'm in Masters most of the time. It's just I start in Diamond.
Yeah, so you dip your toe into the master's pool, then no,
Yeah.
too cold, and you just rush out.
Where bacon would
My-
be at
my
without
nipples
all
can't
those
take
free
it.
points.
Yeah, exactly.
Free points, sir. Excuse me. I earned them.
I think
And
we
then
all
I
agree that
unearned them when I lost 20 in a row, but that's beside the point.
Like
I'm
19 in
just
a
saying,
row, right?
without the 330 points a game, you'd be like Diamond 2.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, with that, let's also welcome our most blinged out Gankbush host, Tower Baron. You look good. Like the
What's
hat.
up? Got the hat. Back
Yeah.
back from Comic-Con. Good to be here in the Nexus. So, yeah, some random guy when I was there gave me this Sergeant Hammer little figurine. I don't know if you see that.
What the
Cool.
hell? How'd you get that?
Nice.
Yeah, it's
I was
awesome.
wearing the
Pretty
Gankbush
sweet.
Squad shirt. I was walking in front of this hotel, and some guy's like, "Oh, you play HOTS, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I play HOTS." And he's like, "Here, take this figurine. I have extras."
Wait. Who was this guy that recognized the Gamepush logo?
Yeah.
Some guy.
Exactly.
He just
What the
he
fuck?
Said,
You
"Oh,
should
you
have-
play HOTS, right?" I'm like, okay, thanks.
Wait. So that's the Game Push logo doesn't resemble anything close to the HOTS
So
logo.
you recognize, you should have been like, oh, what? I'm one of the hosts.
Yeah, what
One
the-
guy took a picture with me. There was another guy. Yeah, he just stopped me and said, "Yeah, oh, you're from the Gankper Squad." I'm like, yeah. And then he took a picture with me and
What
I
the-
posted
Holy
on
shit.
it.
Recognition.
Yeah, that's
Are you the real Tower Baron?
Well, I think
Oh,
I'm
no way.
unmistakable.
That might be the
On-site
first
player.
random interaction with a Game Push Squad listener
Yeah, in
Yeah.
real life.
in real
Yeah, a lot
life.
of-
Yeah.
Messages online, like on Hero League last week too, like, oh, I recognize your name from the podcast. That was cool
Oh
too.
shit! No
Blowing
way.
up.
Yeah, there's a big pool of Silver League players, so I think I'm more accessible to the common audience than Scott or Bacon because they kind of live up there in the clouds.
And
So-
you 1%ers over there, you assholes.
Yeah, 1%ers.
Come down as people.
I'm the everyday HOTS player guy.
How about you guys join us up here? It's much better up here.
You guys are the elitist. You can't connect with the common player.
I connect when I play with you.
Right.
Us bourgeois. But yeah, okay. So with that, let me introduce our final host, Bacon. How you doing?
Good, I guess. I took a couple days off from HOTS. Plus, I was busy, so it was like a good excuse not to force myself to play. You know those like 3 days of straight up just loss after loss. It really burned me out, and it was a good week away from HOTS, and then I guess I just started playing yesterday again. So I'll ease back myself back into it. Try to maybe play up till Grandmaster, but with my job situation, maybe I won't have time. But I made it up to like 4.3K before my loss streak began, right? And Grandmaster 200 is like 4.5 as of yesterday. I was really close.
Hey, you're right at the tip, right?
I was at the
Right
tip.
at the tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
I was shooting for 5K and then I was gonna sit on it, but obviously that didn't happen. I lost my way back up down to 1,500 points. But feels bad. But I want to like climb back up again because it was possible. I climbed up to almost 6K points last season, so hopefully I can do something similar.
Nice. Yeah, I've also started my placements. I'm almost done with that, and I'm playing all platinum games, by the way. Who
Have
would've
you ever
guessed?
played placements? I don't think you've ever even played placements before.
I've done placements almost
what-
most seasons.
What happened to what did you say? Something
Last-
about grinding out Hero League?
I'm
Yeah.
going to starting now.
Well, compared to the last
In, like,
two seasons,
two
he's
weeks.
what, you had 0 games the last 2 seasons, and now
Yep.
I guess compared to that, you have infinite progress.
I do.
Compared to
That's
the-
right.
I don't
Other
know,
2
but
seasons.
I mean, if you want to look at grinding, you'd have to look at Bacon. He's got like 100 games in already.
I know.
100 games.
Yeah.
What you're doing is like sporadic
Yeah.
at
Well,
best.
Well, he's starting off, you see. Like
it's a
he's never
relative
played any
grind.
games.
It's a relative grind.
Relative
You
grind.
grind up to about a good 12, 15 games at the end of the season.
Hey, that's still like infinitely more than before.
And you
Yeah,
dust
what
your
it-
shoulders off. Platinum, baby.
I think what it was is that old Backpack wanted to play Bush League, and then he had no callers like on his end of the line, so he figured he's got to prove himself again to make sure he can validate his
How many
MMR.
how many games have you played, and what's your record?
Right now I think it's 6 games and it's 3-3.
Oh, okay. Sounds
Yeah.
like a plat. If you're playing
Yeah.
with plats, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing plat 3s and 4s. I'll probably be there. But yes, anyway, so it's back to the show. So yeah, we stream live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can find us at iTunes, Stitcher, and everywhere. And also Spotify, where we're the 4th best podcast, I think, which is pretty cool for us. Yeah.
Number
I'm
one in
putting
our
Tower-
hearts.
Yeah,
Number 2
no,
after
core.
core.
Core,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, also spread the word, because apparently if you wear our hats and merchandise, people will see you and talk about us.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
don't
you'll use
impersonate.
Tower
Don't
Baron.
impersonate Tower Baron though.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't
He's
like
the
that.
real Tower Baron. Yeah,
We
you
should
wanna
get a
talk
shirt. I'm the real Tower Baron.
we're making.
Well, we do have the shirts with our names on the back.
Well,
Like,
hell,
we have
we're,
2 Gankwish shirts.
I mean, we're making shirts for BlizzCon, aren't we? We're going to do like hot pink this year. That's our plan.
And we still got the koozies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing pink.
I'm wearing pink.
Because pink means you're a pussy, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I
Real
don't
men wear
think.
pink.
I don't think middle-aged balding men should be wearing pink. That's just my opinion. We're all kind of like, eking into that age range where it's like, okay, you should give up these dreams. Stop wearing pink. You're not young anymore.
Well, that's just fringe. We're all okay to wear pink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. You can also find us on WinTime in our Discord. Also, yeah, you can find us on our HOTS channel, WinTime, or our Discord, where all of us are more often. If you have questions, you can direct message Fringe, myself, or Bacon, anyone there. Also, please support us on Patreon. Now that we have most of our after show and pre-show bloopers, those are all posted to Patreon supporters. If you want to hear us how we are off the show, that's how you can find us, just by make us a donation.
Last week's bloopers were really good with Not Paradox.
Yeah, Paradox is good.
It was like a 45-minute blooper.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's
Paradox,
not a blooper. That's just another episode.
Yeah, it is.
I thought I got 2 episodes in one, just for being a supporter.
Yeah. Also, you can find our YouTube channel where we post occasionally, and we need to work more on that. So that's more on my bad. Yeah, and today, or the show, where our musical guest will be the Wild Ones from Portland, Oregon. All right, so the main show. Of course, we had a balance patch. Finally, goddamn, it's been a while.
Fucking finally.
Yeah, it's been a while. Your rail's been busted for a while. Rainer's been broken, but to start off, the first patch that we saw, which was bizarre, is Allrat got buffed on his basic attack damage. Can anyone explain to me why this happened?
Number one, he doesn't auto attack much, right? Because he's cute. He's the combo and press E and then maybe do one auto attack before running away, because obviously he's put himself in a dangerous situation. I think this helps all the other times outside of that, like doing camps or wave clearing, things like that. Because he's not getting much auto attack value in team fights, let's be honest. Like maybe a couple auto attacks. Most of his damage is in the QWE combo and maybe his R. But yeah, that seems like what they're trying to do. Buff his wave clear a little bit.
Okay. But yeah,
he does solo lane, right?
Very well too.
Nowadays he's not a good solo laner because the popular build is the E talents, and you want as many bodies as possible to get E stacks.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
a properly stacked E Alarak with good amount of sadism in the late game is a beast. Chunks you for so much damage.
Hard.
I see. Well, but fortunately, Allrock has about a 1% popularity. So, I mean, they're buffing the 1%.
Yeah, it's basically it's a whatever change. It's a hey, Alarak's still alive change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remind you that he exists. More importantly, though, Fiends got nerfed. It reduces the auto attack damage and also his popular talents. So Arsenal Synergy got reduced from 175 to 150. And also they buffed mobile offense, which is kind of nice.
Well, first of all, you said popular talents. Arsenal Synergy, and maybe at the higher level that's the popular talent, but
that's
my
talent.
games everyone still goes the Q talent, the one that you stack up in the beginning. That's the one I always see. No one really goes, because that's kind of hard to pull off, because you have to get the 2 or 3 attacks and then switch. No one goes that talent at all. Everyone still goes the Q talent.
Really?
And, to quest up to get the second go around on the Q. So for me, this is like whatever. No one really risks going Arsenal Synergy because it's so hard to pull off.
Arsenal Synergy hits like a truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, if you watch the pros, there's a way to cheat it too. If you watch things that's fan, it shows you how to actually get the bonus damage all the time.
Yep.
But the thing is, you have to hit the hero though, so you have to be.
Well, no, even then, no. Here's the thing: you do the repeater attack a couple times on the tank, and then you switch over, and you get increased range, right, and splash damage. So if you hit a ranged minion, you're hitting the entire backline. with the splash. So like if Jaina really has to watch her positioning, especially when the Phoenix is, doing his thing, because even standing next to minions is dangerous because that splash is so big.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much easier just to press Q.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, but Tower Bread brings a very good point in that at the lower levels, the Q talent is picked up. It's easy. You press Q. I mean, that's more value for you than actually trying to like rotate your W's and aim for the backline minion with all your splash damage. Like that's hard work.
Yeah. You gotta stutter step and get those repeater shots in too, and then you have to know how to retarget with the increased range, and just press Q and just walk within the beam range.
Yeah, like, this is also why Cleanse is not played at silver, gold, bronze, because that one key that quickly.
What is the quest completion
Yeah.
for the Q build for Q talent at level 1? What do you
I think
get?
it was what it is.
It
You stack up your
circles
attack
a third time.
second time.
Okay.
Second time.
And then each stack grants like an auto attack damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a
That grants like
60?
0.5 damage. It takes forever to max that quest out.
Unless
it's
you're playing
easier back
bronze.
today. Yeah, actually, it's a lot easier to stack than you'd think.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Rainer trait build. It's pretty easy to stat. I got like 60 stats by like level 13 on a Bratzus game. It's pretty easy.
The point is to understand that Phoenix is stacking his Qs, then it's easier to get it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, so Phoenix got nerfed again, which is also well
Do you
deserved.
guys feel like he needed a nerf? Like he seemed, I guess he's on the strong side for auto attack heroes, but he still doesn't seem like that powerful.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
like some games he's just there and it's like, okay, you get a blue ribbon for participating in this game. And then other games you're like, what the fuck was Blizzard thinking when designing this hero? It's so broken. I don't really, I can't really tell when that Phoenix crosses over that line and becomes OP. Like,
Yeah, I mean, for me, the reason why he's so viable is because he's got warp. He's
Mm-hmm.
the most mobile auto attack hero.
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he's better than Vala, right? That's the thing. He's just a
Yeah,
better
he's
Vala.
got more life, and his warp actually takes some places where Vault's super easy to interrupt on top of being short distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Phoenix can also solo lane.
Yep.
If he has to.
If he has
So.
to, yeah. But
And better wave clear, so just better
yeah.
Vala.
And I guess managing a slow properly when you're using purification salvo, I mean that shit hits like a truck if you're able to properly slow.
Yeah, I mean it's functionally a better what's it called? What's Vala's bad ultimate? Strafe.
Strafe.
Oh,
Yeah.
strafe.
Spin to win.
It's functionally the same thing, right?
In a way,
But yeah,
kinda.
right? Just you
Yeah.
cast it and you hit everyone around you. Yeah, he got nerfed, and I think he deserved it. He was on the high end of the win rate, so they put him back in line.
Yeah, slightly high.
Mhm. Yeah, so Genji, thank God, Genji's seen more nerfs, more Genji nerfs. Push him out of whatchamacallit, pro play. So yeah, they made the Swift Strike reset cooldown smaller from 2 to 1.5 and less
Good.
damage. I know. You have to
I don't know.
be better Genji.
Yeah, I don't know why it was 2 seconds to begin with on a skill that's already overpowered, but
No.
even then, it's not gonna stop like 5-man resets when we're all 10 HP, right? So
True.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to the Genji that, tower dives and just barely gets you, and to rely on that swift strike out, doesn't get it within that window and now dies along with you.
That feels so good.
I'm down with that.
Right. Yeah.
good.
True that.
Yep. But so here is the biggest Bronze League buff, KT. Straight up Q stats buff and W bomb buffs. Like he's in a wreck.
I don't fucking get it.
People
Well,
still pick
he's
off
not viable, or he's like on the lower end of viable. He's one of the worst mages right now. So Blizzard's like, oh, how do we make him better? Buff his damage.
Yeah, he's gonna wreck the Gank Bush squad. Well, he's gonna wreck Bush League. That's easy to do.
Yeah, he was always our Achilles
he hurt.
heel.
He hurts in Masters too with those Kel'Thas players that are actually, they actually know what they're doing. Actually
Really?
hurts. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the best buff they could give him to make him more viable instead of just doing stuff like this would to make his model size smaller because his model size is huge.
Well,
They
On
did.
top of having no mobility.
Yeah.
They did recently,
Yeah,
but it was barely
they-
anything.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's still
they
like the
shrank the
same
foot.
model size as like an ETC or whatever.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
Big
Those shoulders, yeah.
Yeah.
We're thinking the same thing. Cape too. The cape drags a
80s.
lot. Yeah.
The 80s shoulder pads going.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I agree
Yeah.
with Old Backpack. This is the biggest change to the gold and below, because KT was still picked occasionally, maybe occasionally more of Jaina, but KT was still picked and was effective. And now the changes aren't small. This I think a pretty significant damage buff for both of his talents, Flame Strike and Living Bomb. So I think he's going to be really strong now.
And
Yeah,
Pyroblast
I
is
don't even
still viable in the thing, so and I guess
Yeah.
and I'm willing to bet gold and below are a lot less good at mitigating Pyroblast damage.
True.
The
Yeah.
thing with those talents is the Flame Strike and the Bomb, he just kind of throws them down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's not like he's they're increasing the gravity laps, which is like his only skill shot, I think. So
I mean, and like at gold, it's like at a level where players usually know how to do the Kel'Thas E like WQ combo, right?
yeah,
So without any amount of practice at all, they're gonna be like what 20% more damage on the same combo by
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Yeah.
people don't walk out of Flame Strike, even if you see it come down, they still just don't walk out of it.
It's not 20%. It's like a 7.5% buff, but that's pretty much a straight buff to all his damage because Flame Strike and Living Bomb make up
I mean,
You
if
know,
7.5%, 20%.
80 to 9% of his damage.
Yeah. So I promise you now, KT is gonna wreck Golden Below.
Yeah.
So thanks, Blizzard. KT is gonna be banned him after Rainer.
Why you have more bans in the first phase now?
Yeah, that's one thing too. Is that even if we think someone's overpowered, and we get to our tennis or something, we have. I was telling Old Backpack, we have the 2 bans now. You can chill. It's not like you just have the 1 ban in the beginning.
Who are the
Yeah.
top 4 bands in your level?
Rainer for sure. Rainer. Surprisingly, Uriel has not been banned. It's always
No one plays Urael actually.
no one plays Uriel except me. I've been playing her the past 2
Yeah.
weeks. Rainer for sure. Then
Zagara.
this is Zagara or like Jaina or some mage or something.
Garrosh, of course.
Garrosh, yeah, occasionally. Not so many bans on Tracer Genji anymore. So
Yep.
these further nerfs don't really change anything. He's not really that played anymore like he used to be. So
Yeah.
Rainer is always the one there for sure. The other ones kind of swap around between like 5 or 6 picks, but Rainer for sure. I've only been able to play him 1 time, so
He is OP.
He is. And also,
fun to
like,
play
you
with.
just, he's easy, right? You just point and click and you shoot stuff. It's super
gotta
easy.
you still have to stutter step. You can't just stand there.
You should stutter step. You don't have to. I mean, that's what Fringe has taught me.
You should have learned things like that from
You
Fringe.
should learn things from Fringe.
Okay, so beyond KT getting buffed into God tier and silver, Hanzo's better. They buffed his attack damage by 10% or so, 9%. Scott, you have the math on this?
It's about 9%, 10%.
Okay, yeah. So they buffed his auto attack damage and they reduced his E. And the best part is that Blizzard says Hanzo's win rate has been very low. So what we've done is we buffed his auto attack damage, so he's better in Hero League. But he's Sonic Hero is worse, so he's worse in Pro Play. it's funny because like in Hero League the arrow is used so ineffectively, so this doesn't really matter on that nerf. But the basic attack damage will work because you get so many auto attacks off for free.
I don't
in
get
the
it.
Hero League games.
10 to
I get
7
it.
is still fine.
Yeah.
That's a very sizable reduction for the E.
I guess.
The reveal area is significantly smaller, and the duration shorter too.
Okay, but in terms of scouting, okay, Hanzo's significantly nerfed. But in terms of his current playstyle, level 1 W, level 2 Q for minion explosion, right? And level 7 for the W cooldown reduction from auto attacks, it just got better. What's up with that?
Hanzo has 40% win rate. He's the worst assassin in the game.
I guess.
Yeah.
I
mean,
agree with that.
Gaz
He's
was better.
easier to flank now too because he can't scout as big an area and he can't scout for as super long anymore too.
Yeah.
I also don't get why they nerfed his jump.
It's
Again.
been nerfed enough. Yeah, I think 25 seconds was a good spot.
And then
It started at
it's 30 seconds, and Genji still has 15 seconds. What the fuck?
on his D.
I don't know. I mean, 25 seconds, 30 seconds, does that matter that much?
Yes. If it didn't, it wouldn't do it.
It matters. Every little.
If you take the level 13 talent that reduces by 10 seconds every time you land a Q on a hero, I mean, it's not that crazy, but still.
Yeah, and why is cyber agility so much better than natural agility? Right?
Because it's cyber.
Yeah. Yeah, just never mind.
Enhanced.
Hmm?
It's enhanced agility.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
cybernetics.
It's the second part of the developer's comments saying they're trying to bring back redemption. I don't think you can really bring it back unless you bring his range back up to what it was before, right? The 7.5.
No, I think
Right.
they have to buff the sharpened arrowheads again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's what made it work. It's too short. It's too easy for the stacks to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why you get redemption, so you attack faster. I mean,
I don't think it works like that. I mean, on paper
Yeah.
it might, but
oh, okay.
I
That's
mean,
a whole like
Hanzo's a 40% win rate. All you have to do is 1,000,000 damage and you win every game. Okay.
that's I
Doesn't
mean
quite work
he's
like
right
that.
though. Do the lead damage, you win. That's pure stat logic. Yeah. Okay. So Hanzo's better now because in our levels of games, he auto taps for way more often versus the enemy team, so he's gonna do way more damage.
And back to that scouting arrow. I mean, in the games I play, maybe 1 out of 10 of the scouting arrows I actually use. People just kind of shoot them out for damage, hoping to get that bullseye shot, have it stick on someone.
Seriously?
No one really scouts with it. They just try to get more damage with it.
Damn.
It's like trying to throw a
It's
dart
one of the
bullseye.
best abilities in the game, though.
Yeah.
People use it for damage. The hope of
Yeah.
more damage.
I think I've seen in all my games like 2 kills with the Sonic Arrow ever. Not
It
even
feels so
maybe
sweet
2.
to land it on someone. It's like a Stitches hook, you know? It's like, I actually got him.
It's like those trick shot videos, and it's like they do
That's
it
right.
100 times, and then the 100th time when they land, but oh shit, they all freak out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's the backflip 3-pointer kind of thing. Like, yeah.
Pretty much.
All right.
God. Okay. But more importantly, Raynor nerfs, but it's not enough, I think. They reduced the Raynor's Raiders damage down by what? About 8%? 9%? No, more than that. So it's more than 10%.
About 15%.
15%?
Maybe a little
Yeah.
bit less.
Okay. Haste in the Hole went down from 30 to 20, thank God. Behemoth Armor, the ability that no one really picked, got nerfed. Also,
That
Flight.
ability was great.
Really? I mean, the fight or flight was just so much better. You had permanent armor almost.
I mean, Behemoth Armor is good if you're pub stomping. If you're like a Masters player playing against golds, like yeah, you'll get a bunch of free auto attacks off. But if you're playing against people of similar skill level, then it's really hard to get stacks off.
Yeah.
That's my
Use
opinion
backup.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, and also his trait build level 7, the unstable compound for the slow, also got reduced on the slow duration. But like Rainer still scales like what 5% over 4%? That's the biggest problem with Icy. He still deals and his auto attack's still too strong.
His problem is ace in the hole.
Really? You
It's
think
just-
that's it?
I think if they just made ace in the hole affect auto attacks, because right now his Raiders gain benefit from ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And his Q.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think
everything.
didn't Knock Paradox say like Rainer was the only one to have an ability like Ace in the Hole, which did damage to disabled targets at level 1?
Yep.
Didn't he say that as well? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And then
Executioner's
he-
at 13 for
But
Zul. and
it's still
16 for
it's
others.
not as strong as other executioner effects either.
But
No,
even then,
yeah.
it's at level 1.
Yeah, it's at level 1, but it's only like during the time
the
they're
slow.
slowed. Executioner gives you buff for 3 seconds after you attack somebody who's
Mhm.
crowd controlled.
Yeah,
but he has a high uptime because of his level 7, where he can put a slow on people.
And it's like
Exactly.
also at level 16, he also has kind of a bursty executioner talent there anyway to make up for ace in the hole's lack of late game scaling. It's still good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his
he-
level 20s didn't get nerfed. His
Oh,
level
the,
20s are pretty damn strong.
Yeah, the auto attack buff when he tests 20% more.
Yeah, execute, or even the
Yeah. The weak spot one, right?
the Duskwing, the Rainer's
Oh, the
Raiders
Duskwing.
one, where it increases the damage of your Banshee by 100%, and when it dies, your abilities come off cooldown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but so I think Rainer is still busted. Like they need to reduce his general auto attack damage. Right, that didn't happen yet. They reduced Ace in the Hole, but his other talents, like his give him some pepper, level 1 talent, that stacking one. It's not bad. It's bad at master's level probably, but it's still quite good at the golden below.
I tried it. It's very hard to get value out of at master's level unless they're like triple tank. Then, but
Yeah.
then again, the whatchamacallit, I forgot what I was just gonna say. Never mind.
Okay.
It's hard to
But-
tell because he's always insta-banned in all my Hero League games.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he's
I
weaker.
can't really-
I don't think he's gonna be nearly as powerful now.
Yeah, but
There's
I mean, just
sizable nerfs.
just to say, like Rainer got so buffed, they played him in pro play like all week.
Yeah.
Right, that's how buffed he is. Like they haven't played an auto attack damage dealer after Hammer for what? How many years? We haven't seen like a Zul'jin, a Rainer.
Phoenix has been there.
Ah, that's true. But
Yeah,
I mean,
Phoenix.
but Phoenix has a blink. This is a no mobility auto attacker in pro play. It's like unheard of.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
you gotta buff him to
Well,
make him viable.
We also
Pro
kind
play.
of saw some of his weaknesses too. Obviously, his no mobility really did get taken advantage of in some of those HGC matches where the Rainer stepped up a little too far for damage and he just got insta popped.
Exactly.
So, but that's not like Hero League play. In Hero
Nope.
League play, the Rainer's is gonna queue and just run away because the coordination isn't there.
Exactly. But that's how busted he's been, and I think he's still first ban worthy every time. So we done with Rainer. Says he's still OP. All right, Tracer, more nerfs. I swear, Tracer has the Lucio problem, in that her attack damage is such a low number value. They can't reduce it anymore to make her weaker. 'Cause, like, remember Lucio used to have it was 3 healing per tick, and that went down to 2. Then he became shit.
Yeah.
So now Tracer's attack goes from 27 to 26, which is actually a huge problem for her because she fires 8 times per
Yeah.
clip. This is
It's actually 8
significant.
damage nerf.
Yeah, it's really significant for her. So
Yeah. And they
Do we-
nerfed her R2.
yeah, they nerfed her Titan grenade, which is now just a really bad Titan grenade.
Wasn't
Yeah, I don't
it
know.
10% long time ago, or was it 15?
I believe it was 10 when it got released.
Yeah, it was 10% until they started nerfing her earlier this year, and it was 10% before that. I mean, I don't think she really needed these nerfs. I'm not a Tracer fan. I really think she's kind of cancerous, but I didn't think she was that strong.
Yeah, I think they went too far with this, but in HTC level, she's still really powerful. I heard one streamer. Yeah.
She's not that strong in HGC level anymore either. I mean, she's picked sometimes, but she's been nerfed so much that she's just not as effective as she used to be.
Yeah, but that's good. Just Tracer is cancer, right? I'm happy with having a weak Tracer.
Fine with me too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not really played that much anymore, so.
Exactly. Well, I think I heard a streamer say that the problem with Tracer is her blinks, that she can go from out of position to in position in 3 blinks, right? And no one else can do that. And so if you give her like a 1 second or a half second cooldown in between the blinks, she'd be much easier to deal with.
Well, the thing is they're lowering the damage, so she can get that off, but it's not going to be that powerful.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, there are other ways to nerf Tracer other than just say damage reduction. Like, that's a way to nerf Raynor. That's what they should have done. But instead, they changed his talents around. But they just gave a straight nerf to Tracer, which is less necessary.
Yeah. Well, they've increased the blink cooldowns 2 over the last couple months, so
yeah,
she can't just like regenerate them and seem like she always has, 3 blinks on standby.
Mm-hmm. Or we used to have the blink returns upon recall. That was busted.
Yeah, you get like 2 blinks each time you recall. So you blink in, use your 3 blinks combo, and then you get 2 blinks and escape super easily as well.
God, yeah. Can't believe that was a thing for a while. Ugh. But yeah, she's weaker now, and I imagine I already never saw her in like platinum, so she'll just stay in obscurity. Okay. My boy Asmodan, they're buffing him, or they're fixing all his problems right now.
All his problems.
No, just Asmodan had a problem in the early game. It was hard to get stats because you need someone to help you. And so they made his globe deal, another it's like 15% more damage early game, but it scales worse.
So it's more damage up front.
More damage up front in the beginning. He's more Zagara-like. He deals more damage in the early game, but he deals less in the late game. But they're buffing all of his PvE talents too, with the better Demon Warriors, better Demon Lieutenants, the better shitty Demonic Invasion. It's good because he's been bad. I played him, and he did not turn on until he had 10 up.
What, new Asmodan?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He's overpowered.
Overpowered? They buffed him right now. What are you talking about?
No, they buffed the shitty talents. They nerfed him.
Wait, why did they nerf him? He got a damage buff in the increase and a reduced scaling. This is basically a flat change, just that he gets more level damage out instead of being...
Yeah, because late game he was a monster and he can close out games by himself.
But, I mean, won't he still do that?
I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I tried it.
Okay.
Only one game I saw that on Infernal Shrines where he was just clearing everything during the long objective phase.
He stacks like a beast now because of the bigger window in order to actually kill the minions to get the progress on. And he also gets, damage from hitting heroes, right? So it's not much of a punishment towards his late game progress if he does stick around in team fight. And he starts hitting like a truck like old Asmodan fully stacked way earlier on. That I found in my games. And he's still great at PvE. He can still go around one-shotting waves in the late game, applying pressure everywhere with this trait. Yeah.
Okay. So
his only weakness was bad early game, and they've addressed that. And then also they're trying to tone down the late game with this. And if it means that he's less of a cancerous beast the late game, I'm all for it. And if it means he's a little bit more effective in the early game to make up for that, I mean, I'm willing to make that trade. I mean, that's what I found. I don't know, you found that new Asmodan is poo-poo?
Well, he's poo-poo in the early game. He's really shit in the early game, but he stats well. But I know his late game talents are pretty shitty. His 13 talents they're pretty bad. And so is 16. Like for 16, you always know what the globe deals percent base damage, but it's a 5% damage every what 10 seconds. It's not giant killer. It's a lot weaker than that, and most of the time people dodge it. Like he's not that great with his talents, but he does a lot of damage from all the quest stacking. I found him to be weaker than before, but he feels better because you're actually able to accomplish more. You're like, oh, you hear the dings, right? The more ding makes you feel better.
True that.
I like the dings. Isn't the ding the best sound ever?
Yeah, it is. That's why I play Titus.
Yeah,
Feels good.
End of the rhythm. Yeah, I do like the rhythm ticks.
It's
Yeah.
like you won like the jackpot in a lottery
Mhm.
in the casino.
Yeah, I mean, all the other times it just you see the other
Exactly
person's
it.
damage bar go down. You don't even get any feedback. It's like, oh, you're just tanking them, like chunking them down.
You just hear the dings. It just feels so good. So like that's why I like Asmodean, but he didn't feel that great. But I guess if you're a pro Asmodean, it's different. But it's
Yeah,
good. I think it's a very
everyone
good
I've
change for him.
talked to who plays Asmodean at my level, they said it's a much better Asmodean.
Mhm.
Well, he was shit before the rework,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's retuned, thank God. But yeah, this is
I mean,
good.
he was only
More
really
dings.
oppressive when he got all his stacks from level 1, right?
Mhm.
But like that's a very specific narrow play style, but he can do a lot more and get to that same point
Mhm.
with the new Asmodean.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's good. Murky's buffed. I don't want to talk about him. Do you want to talk about Murky? I don't like Murky.
Well, I mean, no one really picked fish tank. Everyone went safety bubble.
Yeah.
Regen.
Yeah, Murky, let him go. Like he's
Doesn't
a
ex-
fish, he'll die.
I think safety bubble is the go-to still. I haven't tried it. I mean, doesn't do that much damage. You just have to go safety bubble just to like escape. I think you can continually be like annoying.
Doesn't
But
his slime
safety
do a
bubble's
lot of
go-to.
damage?
It does.
It does.
yeah.
It does.
And then you could
open
like
up a new build.
in a team fight, you could just throw fish in a lane and then use that as healing while you're doing a team
Oh
fight.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
most of the time, players are going to focus the fish and just kill it, or it just instantly dies from AoE damage, right? So you just throw it in the lane and just walk over into the team fight.
I never really thought of that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Master level decision there.
It's always because 13, his safety bubble was always such a big power spike for him because then he can really be annoying. Like he can actually run up to you and then bubble out and then come back when it's off cooldown. That was his whole thing. But well, that's interesting perspective on that. I'll have to try that out then. Quick match only, not Hero League.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, like it's
Okay.
perfect for Voskaya. You could get the wave clear off to apply pressure in the lane next to the objective,
Mhm.
and still fight on the objective.
But then again, you have to pick Murky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why not just pick Sergeant Hammer, who got a huge nerf to orbital
Nice
BFG.
segue.
Nerf, huh?
Nice segue.
Huge.
Is
Like,
that-
this
is that-
is massive.
A nerf to ARAM? Is that what this is?
This is, yeah, it is. This is
The ARAM nerf.
As our president would say, it's huge.
yeah.
Huge nerf.
Blood Force
Yup.
Gun, the BFG, no longer hits structures. Period. It wave clears. It's shitty. It's just burst damage.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was a good
before
change.
before we finish the topic, Tower Baron, how was your meeting of Lauren Cohen?
Oh, if anyone doesn't know, Lauren Cohen is Maggie from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It was good. She's actually really nice. And she's a little bit grabby with my shoulder, I have to admit. I felt a little bit uncomfortable when she started touching me.
Gotta
But,
save
you know,
your
I
life.
have to get used to
Okay,
that.
I have
okay.
a girlfriend. Don't get too close.
You know, that happens all the time with women. They all get really touchy, so it makes me uncomfortable. She was really nice otherwise. I made her
I see.
part of the Gank Bush squad. I recruited her a little bit, and she seemed happy about that.
Oh wow.
I think next time I should have brought
What
a
does she
hat or
smell
something.
like?
Smell like
That's creepy.
Smell like
Wait,
roses.
if he has an
I don't
answer
know.
though, that's more creepy. So
I made up an answer right now.
Sure.
There's another guy who was from The Walking Dead too. That kid Noah who got killed in that revolving door. He was there too.
Yeah.
Oh,
He got brutally
He
killed.
had a brutal death.
That was a cool scene though. Like,
Oh.
I didn't know he was gonna be there. He was on the list. I was like, oh shit, you're the guy that got ripped apart in that in that rotating door in front of Glenn. Spoiler alert. Oh whoops.
yeah.
Everyone's not
That
cut
happened
up.
like 2
caught
or
up on
3
that.
years ago.
I don't know if anyone got not caught up with that.
I mean, it was years ago, right? So
Yeah.
when
It was cool.
when Glenn died, I was like, they killed the only fucking Asian in the show. I'm done.
He
There's
should
a
have.
Korean at that.
That was the last episode I watched.
Oh really?
Me too.
He was
Yeah.
getting too much of a sissy. I was kind of like what French was saying is that he kept saving people which shouldn't have been saves. Like the guy that actually killed Noah. Like he actually left and let all those walkers in or whatever and got him killed. Glenn tried to save him.
True.
Try to redeem him or something. Try to bring him back to justice or whatever. Should have just killed him in the woods. That was so
He's
lame.
a humanitarian. What can you say?
He's getting everyone else killed. He's putting everyone else's life in danger. He had to get his. He eventually had to get his.
Well, but I mean, you saw how he died, right? Like the most brutal death in all of Walking Dead.
That
Like,
was-
that was disgusting.
Hey,
Yeah.
as a Korean man who's hung out with a lot of other Korean men, when a Korean guy is dating an American woman, you cheer that person on no matter what. You say, you go, man, go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farmer's daughter, all yours, man.
Farmer's
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
what she smell like?
Anyways. Yeah.
Roses. Sweet roses.
Okay.
And peaches. Smell like a freshly ripened peach.
Peaches, nice, because the show takes place in Georgia. I get it.
Oh. Clever.
Yep, that's what I was going for when I said that.
Obviously.
All right, so
Yeah.
what about Sergeant Hammer, Scott? I interrupted you with
Yeah.
that.
She had something important about
I
Hammer.
don't know. It's a big nerf, and I welcome the change because nothing was worse than playing with the hammer on a close game, post level 20, and orbital BFG comes out, and you're just like, well, fuck. If we don't win a team fight and win this in the next like 5 minutes at most, the game's over.
Yep.
Well, all they got to do is turtle and just hang out and not let shit get destroyed.
No, it
Base.
kind of. It's like 5 minutes, but it also kind of feels like, oh shit, if we don't do something in the next 15 minutes, we're gonna lose all our cubes, because it really kind of seems like it doesn't do any damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But before you know it, it's all your keeps are down.
Yeah, if you're in pretty much like a stalemate and that came out, it's just like, and then you feel like rushed too. It's like, oh shit, we gotta make some plays now. We gotta maybe force something to happen. I'm glad
Yeah,
that's
but-
not there.
I would argue that like Nazebo has the same effect. Like Nazebo hits 20, like, oh shit, we just lost the game. Right?
Yeah, but you
But you
still
can
have
still kill
to,
Nazebo.
team
still kill
fight
him.
with
Yeah.
Nazebo. Sergeant Hammer, you go and just BFG and
Walk away. Or
yeah,
sprint
walk
away.
away. And on top of destroying those structures, the BFG is clearing lanes, so those lanes get pushed in, so the minions do more structure damage as well.
And you're also like forced to fight into a hero who benefits from the enemy team walking to her zone of control, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is
I haven't really seen what Scott was describing in too many games. Mostly it was just the ARAM the ARAM talent.
What, you've
think a lot
never
of
played
times-
like a Towers of Doom on Hammer, and the Hammer just walks up into the keep on the bottom left and just aims her blunt force gun north, and it hits all three
And
keeps
it
like
hits
that.
all three keeps.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, but wow, I never thought of that. I always thought that was more of like an ARAM talent, and then everyone kind of agreed never to pick it if someone got a hammer.
No, the meta right now is very divey and blow uppy, right? So
Yeah.
blunt force actually does much better in terms of aiding that type of playstyle.
Oh shit. Okay. Stand
But one
corrected. I've
question,
never
though.
seen it. Never seen that.
It's also
But
kind of
now
like a
that-
Hanzo like dragon arrow. Like you can be anywhere on the map and try to like you can lend help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but Bacon, I like how you said how the meta now is very, very divey, right? Tip- Ranged assassin that makes someone low, and the diver goes in, gets the kill, and dives out, right? That's kind of what happens in play. But with both the divers, Genji and Tracer being weaker, will that maintain? I mean, will that still be our meta? Because who's diving now? That's really effective.
Well, it's not just dive. You also have
thought-
like burst damage, like Jaina. You know, she doesn't need to dive. All you need is somebody to crowd control and blow them up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard from the last episode too. Was that like Garrosh or these other people would sort of like Diablo would like toss you, stun you, and then blow them up, right? So that's what
Who's
I
got the
understood it.
motorcycles outside?
Tower.
I have the window open because it's like 100 degrees here. So
Power burn.
It's like freaking
Oh.
hot here.
Just
Also-
here, room.
It's next to the street.
Room in your room.
It's too freaking hot. Anyone else in California knows what I'm talking about. Southern
I'm in
California.
California. I got no
Southern-
idea what you're talking about.
Southern California.
Oh, how hot is it, Tower Baron? Is it Abu
Dude,
Dhabi?
Scott's like right next to the beach. He's like 5 minutes away from the ocean. It'll never get hot over there. So
Yeah.
Also, like to answer old backpack's question, like if 5 players are properly focusing one target, that's burst no matter what. Even if it's auto attack, even if the characters are kind of shit at doing burst, if all 5 properly focus, that's a lot of damage.
Okay. Okay.
And
Well,
in
okay.
Masters, I
Yeah.
feel like more and more that's happening because the player
Really?
pool is actually just getting better in general. Yep, I feel that it does happen more.
Yeah.
More and more follow-up CC I've been noticing.
Okay. Should we talk about the state of supports? How they basically just nerfed the 2 best supports in the game? Like,
Yeah, what the fuck?
well, Rhaegar is still the same.
I like the mouth change.
yeah. So with Malfurion, they removed Ice Block, but instead they gave him Nature Swiftness, level 13. Now he moves faster despite having no Ice Block.
Well, they
It's a
swapped
huge
it.
nerf.
They swapped
Yeah.
it from level 1 to 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They buffed it
the
too.
boost speed. So that's interesting. He'll be running around super fast, maybe.
Yeah.
When people pick it.
I mean, he'll be like Rhaegar, right? That's mounted.
Well, 3 people, and that's 18%, which is 2 off from Rhaegar, who's at 120
Yeah.
without the level 1 talent.
Yeah, I mean, Malf really doesn't need Ice Block. I mean, he can make a good use of it, but you know, he's got a root, he's got a silence. You know, it's with how strong he is, I think it was a good point to change to, you know, broaden the support pool and make more people viable.
Yeah.
He
I
just
agree.
he was the every man's healer. He just fit in too many
Yep.
comps. And
Yeah.
like yes, his biggest weakness was anti-burst in terms of healing, but he also has Twilight Dream, which is a very good anti-burst ability, right? If properly timed, and is also a very
Yes.
good follow-up ability. And he has great sustain if you go regrowth. The healing one, healing ultimate,
Tranquility.
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 Yeah.
Trank.
Okay, so we all agree we like the ice block removal, but what about rejuvenation level 1?
Man.
And so
I-
Malfurion gains 5 health per second for every active regrowth. And I did some math in the Discord, and let me look that up. So it ends up being like 1 full Q on an ally ends up being about a quarter of a regrowth on Malfurion over that time. And you're not obviously during a team fight you're rolling like 3 to 4 players at a time. And so if you have 3 players with regrowth on them, that's about 75% of your health over 20 seconds. But the thing is, it's over 20 seconds. That's a long time. And you don't gain any W healing if you don't have a regrowth on yourself. Right?
Yeah.
So, just
Right.
saying.
The level 1 does get he does get the buff when he has it on himself, right? The
Yeah. So
rejuvenation
if you cast regrowth on yourself, you're essentially casting a 1.25 regrowth on yourself.
Yeah.
That also gains from the W healing. But if you have, like, if you're rolling rejuvenation, if you're rolling regrowth on other players, yes, you'll gain a lot of health or a decent amount of health over that 20-second period. But you're taking damage during team fights. You're also Wing a lot of people, but you get no value from it. Is it enough? I don't know.
Its level 1s are kind of shitty. I think for like Nature's Swiftness was the go-to because the other 2 were kind of shitty. Well, the other one was like the Moonfire reveal, and then the
Moonfire
CDR
reveal and auto attack buff.
Yeah. The auto attack buff could be good if you're lacking damage.
Yeah.
And the other one was just the rejuvenation, his trait reduction or something.
Yeah, the innervate reduction. You got CDR per CDR per Q's out. Wasn't that good? It was okay on sustained maps like Bratsis, but yeah. So we're gonna see a change in Malfurion, which is good. Malfurion's been too good for too long.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing different healers in HGC because it's pretty boring seeing them picked or banned every single game.
For a whole year now, right?
Yeah, he's been at the top of the food chain for at least a year.
Yeah.
It's all because of Ice Block, would you say?
Big part of it.
Well, it's his entire kit, but now that he's got a vulnerability and he's susceptible to getting blown up.
Did you say vulnerability?
I heard vulnerability.
Yeah, I heard vulnerability too.
I said vulnerability, but
you've got Malfurion's got a vulnerability.
I mean,
lucky Tyrande, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
It does sound those roots.
Yeah.
Goes up from the ground.
Yes, back to his vulnerability.
I lost my train of thought on that one.
I got out too many boners.
Just cast regrowth on that vulnerability and it just keep going.
It regrowths.
Exactly.
Nice.
The regrowth lasts for more than 4 hours. Please tell your doctor.
Yeah.
Well, Malfurion is his druid. He probably has the answers to that. But anyway, yeah. But you have to be really careful in your positioning now.
Yeah.
Especially late game. Malfurion's squishy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, beyond that, Detcher got healing reduced, and his 13 trait Ancient Blessings also got damage reduced and healing reduced, which is all good. Detcher's been top of the food chain for a while now, and they're finally putting him back in place. I'm okay with this. What do you say, Bacon?
His Ancient's Blessing is really good. This is the second time they've nerfed it, I think.
Yeah. It was nerfed a couple weeks after it came out.
The issue is it's like the other 2 talents are still a lot worse than Ancient's Blessing. What, you're going to wait 2 seconds for a potion to get better? Like, fuck that. I'm just going to pick it up now, right? Like, how? And then the other one, is AoE healing? It's dog shit AoE. It's nothing. It's like little droplets of healing that does AoE. It's worthless. And Ancient's Blessing, you can use it on demand. Your allies gain benefit from it, especially your auto attack allies like Greymane, so they can have some sustain in battles on top of your potions. So it's still by far the best ability on this tier, no matter by far.
Yeah, no matter what, as you said, or wanted to say.
What. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still getting nerfed, which is good because he was by far the best healer. Well, after Malfurion, of course.
After Malfurion.
Yeah.
I think
So I'm
they
happy
just
with
have
this.
to like revert these changes and just reduce like the range, like the AoE range, maybe. That might be better.
Oh, of the Ancient Blessings?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that big, is it? It's the size of his trait radius, right? Or is it larger?
No, no, no. As in the actual auto attack splash.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all Scott had to say.
yeah. I
Yep.
said oh, but I really didn't know what you were talking about. I had no follow up to that.
Wait,
I'm
you
still-
understand what I'm saying though, right?
what? So it
So I
used to
hit
splash, but
I
doesn't
hit
now?
trash. I hit Tracer with Ancient's Blessing, and Tracer takes the Ancient's Blessing damage and also a small AoE around her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying reduce that AoE range.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
Follow up.
I haven't really paid that much attention. I don't know how big that AoE range is.
I think Scott still stuck on his whole vulnerability thing. It's like, yeah, that was a good one. Okay. To the tanks. So you heard it here first. Artanis is now busted. I'll tell you why. His level
Oh.
13 talent, the spell block for on his shield, it's 50 armor. That
Phase
combined-
Bulwark.
Phase Bulwark, yes, combined with his level 4, 15 armor per swaps, combined with level 16, which is Force of Will, down from level 20, he will have permanent uptime on spell armor. And
I also saw a video from McIntyre right before the show. With all those talents you were talking about, and then let's say his trait activates the shield, and during that time you can still reduce the cooldown for your next shield, right? And let's say
Yes.
while your first shield is up and you overlap and activate the trait again, you get 75 armor
yeah.
for a brief window. So you get 100% 50 spell armor uptime with the occasional 75 at level 20 or level 16.
It is bonkers. Like he's gonna be more sustaining than Urel in the back line. You won't be able to kill him unless you have like a Zul'jin Rainer. Like he is gonna be wrecking every mage that there is. I don't like it. This is busted.
Well, I mean, you do play Artanis, right?
Oh yeah, I like it, but I mean, it's bad for the game. Like I like Rainer, but I don't like Rainer now because he's way too overtuned. Like I like
Well,
balance.
Maybe now you just can't ignore him. It might be like a Twin Blades variant, where you need a bunch of crowd control to focus him, and you can get him that way. Although he's going to be a lot harder to kill when he's got 50 spell armor, so
Yep.
you're gonna need auto attack damage.
Exactly.
Or you can get variant at level 13, the shield smasher.
Mm-hmm.
He only
Oh,
has
yes.
he only has spell armor from shield while the shield's
So you're-
active.
Are you
No, it
telling?
lasts
Well,
for 2 seconds after as well.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
yeah. So I think Bacon's telling us the only cure to an Artanis is a Twin Blades variant.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
You heard it here first.
You can still take that talent by going
Blades.
taunt. Stop
Nope,
twisting
no,
my
no.
words.
Nope, you need the other Twin Blades variant to counter Artanis.
Do you know how many games I lost this season because of fucking Twin Flipper? Oh, like Cassia and Johanna, and you go Twin Blades Fairy.
Well,
Yeah.
that can't be in a Masters game.
That wasn't a Masters game. It was part of my 20
No,
loss
stop
streak.
lying. Everybody
Are
goes
you
taunt.
fucking kidding me? Look at my match history.
Oh.
It was
doesn't
on
believe
Cursed Hollow. I specifically remember.
Scott
I'll look
doesn't
it up
believe
for you.
Man. He must have been trolling you. He wasn't trying to win that game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
gonna
like
look-
a
I'm gonna look that up.
grandmaster doing his placements. It's like, I
No,
don't
no,
give a
no,
fuck.
no, no.
I'm getting Masters 1000 anyways.
He was a solid Masters player. That's the thing.
Hmm.
All right, I'm
That's
gonna
how he
look that shit
balances
up.
his win rate.
Oh yeah, that happens with the pros.
The
Yeah.
other team
No, at
lost
the
every
end
once
of the
in a while.
game, like we were saying, oh, thanks for going Twin Blades variant, and then he goes, oh, thanks for going Twin Blades variant, and then he goes, what are you talking about? Twin Blades is balanced. What the fuck are you?
Yeah, it's balanced to help the other team out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, I will say that with the this buffing of Artanis, it does kind of like if Artanis becomes big, then Arthas becomes big. Arthas is the one true counter to Artanis, and so that makes me happy because I love Arthas.
Well, if you're taking all these talents, he's just super tanky though, right? He's not going to be doing that much damage, is what it looks like.
True,
Because if
he'll
you
be less
pick up
damage.
the 13 with spell armor, I'm assuming you're picking up the 16 where abilities reduce the cooldown of your shield.
Mhm.
I mean, he's not going to have kind of the burst damage to be a threat. He's maybe going to be like Urel, where he's just in the back line being kind of annoying and hard to kill, but not necessarily like a threat to be killing, your squishies.
Well, it is kind of the Yrel problem that Yrel was shitty until she gave her enough damage in order to be a threat in the backline, right? Now you can't ignore Yrel because she leaps too hard. But if Artanis has the same problem of he can be in the backline all day and not kill anyone, who cares? But I think he has enough damage to be a nuisance. You have to address him now. That's why Yrel's so busted, is you have to address the Yrel, but you can't kill her. It'll be the same way.
Yeah, I just think that you're missing out on a lot of damage by picking those survivability talents. So I think you're giving up a significant amount to do that. You may still be very strong, but I
But
don't think it's going to be a damage threat.
I don't think it's the go-to. But if he doesn't die, then that's pretty. He's just there doing damage, right? And
Yeah.
he's sticky.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just getting flashbacks to the old Artanis, which was super cancerous, where he was just absolute trash early game and like post. Once he hit 20, like it literally took 5 people focusing him with crowd control to kill him.
I
Yeah,
remember
like-
those Hots What the Fuck videos.
Yeah, I
5v1,
hope it's
that's-
not anywhere near that level, because that really felt bad. Where you had, a half a hero helping you out early game and late game. He's soloing the core, ignoring everybody, while 5 people are wailing on him, and it doesn't hurt.
I think
So-
that's exactly where he's going to be, Scott. That's the precise place they're going to put him right now because he's so tanky.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to be pretty good for holding points like Braxis or Sky Temple. He will be on them.
Volskaya.
Volskaya. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. And also, like, if you play anywhere between plat and down, everyone just focuses the tank because, he's in front of me.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. That's
And he'll just
why,
take all that damage. He'll be
Yep.
such a good, he was such a good Chen distraction-like target. He's like, oh, attack me, I'm in front of you. Okay. And just hit his 75 armor.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. So he's ban worthy. I'm telling you here now.
But he does have counters, right? Would you say Cassie has a good
Arthas. Yeah,
Arthas only?
Cassia. Well, Arthur says you want to slow the attack speed down. Just if he goes 16, the Force of Will, where he gets CDR per attacks,
Yeah.
you need to slow the attack speed. So
Well, it's
Arthas-
basic abilities. It's not a attack. It's not basic attacks that reduce the cooldown.
Okay, but yeah, he also has no mobility. So if you put him in Arthas slow, he just gets stuck there. So that's the best counter for him. Okay, but other than that, moving to the next tank. Yeah, we doing
Oh.
our tennis. Yeah.
Perrin Black, thanks for the bits.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank
Isn't
you,
it
Cameron.
Tarburn's job to watch the? Yeah, Tarburn.
I
aren't
was
you one of
waiting for the right time. Waiting for the right time.
Okay.
I saw that there. I didn't forget about you, Perrin Black.
I think you did.
I did not. I doubled in it.
I mean, how does Perrin Black smell?
Like a field of roses.
Ah,
on a
okay.
cool summer morning.
All right, that's gross.
I don't know what you want me to say there.
I don't know.
How you smell? I don't know how I'm supposed to know how you smell.
You smell people. That's what you do. You smell Maggie. You smell Perrin Black.
Well, I smelled Maggie's pheromones because she was. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh.
Getting kind of grabby.
Yeah.
No,
Anyways,
she's nice. She's nice.
yeah, right. She's a
very
classy girl. She bought you dinner.
Was
first.
she nice, or was she, I've been doing this for 10 hours and I still have to be nice, kind of nice?
Well, so photo shows. I think she was being authentic. So
Yeah.
not every guy got the arm.
Like, damn,
Arm
this is the
bait.
real tower burn.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah,
tower.
yeah, it is.
That's
It is
what
the real
$20 will get you.
She also
Extra
said.
authentic.
She also said her Twitch account was Perrin Black. So.
Oh.
Thanks. Thanks for the-
Yo, Lauren
Yeah.
Cohen, you can only afford 100 fucking bits then? You're on Walking Dead. Give us some more bits. That's $1. That photo. How many grand did you make off of that photo shoot? Come on.
I didn't make anything. I didn't make
Oh,
anything.
You didn't pay for that line?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was through her own will that she took that photo.
Also, Jiggly, thanks for the bits. Are we going to
Yeah.
talk about Bush League? Not this show. Probably next show.
Well, I mean, Fringe wants to be there for the Bush League. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's very important to him.
Yeah.
Definitely
Speaking-
next show.
Speaking of Bush League, it seems like ever since all the teams formed, it's just like the Discord's gone silent. I don't know, it's like people are like, oh man, I can't talk to these people on the other teams anymore.
They're enemies, right?
No.
Well,
it's
it's
just we
technically
Yeah.
no, it's the off season, right? And this is peak
Off-season.
off season.
So we
Yeah,
trained
but
in the
right
off-season.
after the season ended, off season, there was like way more chatter between everybody.
Well, that's like any other sports. It's like the draft is about to happen, all the future prospects is deciding, and then after that, there's like 4 months of silence, right? That's the same
Yeah.
thing Bush League is emulating.
It's like spring training is what this is.
Yeah.
But instead of spring, it's summer training. That's all it is.
All right.
Joe's not getting unstoppable at level 16.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
old
just fucking
backpack
with-
disconnected.
All right.
That's awesome. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that this is a big change. I don't play Cho'Gall and I don't play against them very often. So I mean, especially not playing him, I didn't notice that. I don't know the talents, so I didn't notice he even had unstoppable. So I guess I'm pretty bad for that. But
It's actually a big like step in his scaling, especially against certain comps where he has there's a lot of CC on the other side.
Yeah.
16
Yeah.
really helps.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
knew
I-
he had the ability, but I never played Cho.
I could understand that because that would give him a free escape, basically, where usually you see him charging up his arm and you try and stun him. Well, now
Yeah.
you can do that again. Post
Well, if there's,
16.
I also, if I remember correctly, if there's not a lot of CC, then he also goes to healing talent at 16, which makes him a beast. Like he
Healing
just heals for a crap ton at level 16, or you go the CC talent, or you go the unstoppable. But now that you don't have it anymore, I guess that healing talent is the go-to.
I'm wondering why they made that change to begin with. It didn't seem like Cho'Gall was overpowered at all. They just felt like they wanted to get rid of it. I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me.
Cho's really strong in Team League, actually.
Yeah, and he's very powerful right now, anyways. I mean, making Cho unstoppable, Gall is already, unsilenceable. So you're putting out damage with Gall no matter what, and to have Cho be unstoppable so that you can run around doing whatever, having no crowd control makes him, super mobile on top of not being able to shut down his damage.
Yeah. And I bet it's just if the enemy team fighting Cho'Gall, like And if they drafted properly, or they were able to draft in a way saying that Cho, we decided we're gonna have a fight, and then you're not leaving, with a free escape. That's what it kind of seems like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. We're waiting for old backpack to come back. So
how are we gonna progress with that old backpack? Who's next on the totem pole?
Let's just keep going down the list. Next up, Diablo's.
We skipped Blaze, but it's not that big of a deal.
I just had a question on the neural stim pack change. Do you still get the 50 mana for that?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, cool. Blaze also got his hero size increased, which, I guess for a tank is good, in particular for a stun.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
I see that being better.
Yeah. Also, I think Neural Stimpack also reduced the cooldown of your trait and Neural Stimpack.
It reduced everything.
Oh, did it work on your trait and your ultimate?
That's why it was awesome. Yeah,
I mean, it reduced itself. Like it had a 40-second CDR, but then it reduced itself down to 30. It was ridiculous.
Oh, I never even noticed that. I
didn't notice that either.
Blaze enough.
Yeah, it was the best.
Awesome.
It was awesome, but now it made sense. Like, how dare they make this talent that was broken the whole time?
It's crazy that Blaze lasted how many months without them knowing this? Come on, Blitz team, what the fuck?
Bunker's on a short enough cooldown already. You don't need to be long another 5 or 10 seconds.
There's actually one bug, not with Blaze, but with Leoric, that I've noticed and haven't reported. It's with his level 16 Mithril Mace, where he gets increased attack speed. When he dies and walks around as a Wraith, you still get those stacks, because he stacks with dead minions. And even when he's dead, he stacks with that. So I haven't really said anything about that, because I like that.
That's actually intended because that talent's bad and you shouldn't be choosing it.
It is fun. It is fun to pub stomp with that. Because then he can wave clear super fast with the auto attacks, and he gets tons of auto attack damage in.
Wave clear with the auto attacks. You got the level 4 Q that damn near clears a wave. You do that in one cleave and they're dead.
You go even faster. Infernal Shrines, that thing's done.
The only usefulness Mithril Mace has is for the level 20 lifesteal.
Yeah, on the auto attack.
That's the only synergy he has.
It is fun to play with, though. It is fun.
Yeah, but all the other builds are so much better.
Hey, why can't I just have some fun with my builds?
You can't.
Have some fun with my builds.
If you have fun losing, I mean, that's cool.
It doesn't lose because it's bugged. You get the quest complete really quick, and you're able to, get.
Wait,
tons of damage.
How often are you dying that this feature actually benefits you?
Yeah. Are you trying to die
on
purpose so that you could AFK stack that quest?
I'm just saying it always stacks. So it never took that long to complete to begin with, but now it just completes really quick, even before level 20. So
you heard it here first, TB. You abuse a bug so you can be shitty faster.
Yep.
You want a talent that when bugged goes from bad to pretty bad,
No, it's a really fun talent. It's a really fun talent. Leoric with Mithril Mace is awesome.
I believe it's Mithril. I've watched Lord of the Rings. It's the dwarf says Mithril Mace.
There's no E in there. It's MY, right?
Yeah, it's me.
There's no E. There's no ME.
No, it's pronounced Mithril. That's what Gimli said in Fellowship of the Ring.
It's Mithril, right? Mithril?
No, you remember when Frodo gets stabbed? Mithril.
I don't know.
That was just his dwarven accent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's actually
mispronouncing that shit.
He just can't say it.
I don't know. We need to ask Falstad to say Mithril.
I don't know, but
okay. Right. Diablo, slow amount per tick reduced from 5 to 4, so the total is 40% instead of 50.
No,
whatever.
Don't touch him.
It's still good. It's still good. Slight nerf, whatever. Let's move on to Ural. Uriel.
You're real. You're real.
Ardent Defender from 100 to 20 seconds. 100 to 120 seconds. Wow.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's now a mosh pit.
Yeah, that's ETC levels of cooldown.
That's the longest cooldown, right? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
believe
yeah.
so.
don't think anybody has anything longer than that.
It's that mosh pit. That's it.
What
Well,
about
speaking of, shot-
what about Abathur's monstrosity?
That is what 90 seconds.
Yeah.
If it lasts the full duration, because the I think it's 70 seconds, but it doesn't start until the monstrosity ends. Or wait, I'm thinking of Ultimate Evolution. Yeah, monstrosity is 90 seconds as well.
Okay. Damn, 120. I don't know. It's not that good.
Yeah,
In my
I'm going the
opinion.
other one, the Sacred Ground.
No, that's trash. That's trash, in my opinion.
Trash. It's like 40 seconds or something.
it's
40,
it's
50
great.
seconds.
It's great and platinum down. Just once again, people just attack you because you exist. That's what she does best. Like, it's good in lower levels.
It
Well,
might
that's-
be better now that the cooldown for Ardent Defender is so long, though.
Exactly.
If you can just run around and initiate and pop that like it's nothing, and you mitigate a bunch of damage, you know, it's a short enough cooldown, I guess.
I guess.
The biggest
But I
change
also
is
think
actually
people are pretty, like, on point with not attacking her. in my
yeah, that's
opinion.
what I was saying before. It's that it's more of a use just to not take damage and avoid getting killed. I mean, everyone's not going to attack you because it says absorbing around her, like when she pops it. So
So it's kind of like Taz Dingo users who pop it just so they can avoid dying and run
Yeah.
over and just tap a
yeah,
fountain.
Yeah.
Do you see that at Gold Tower Baron that people don't attack her?
yeah, yeah. It's pretty obvious because it says absorbing and she kind of flies around all flashed up.
And she glows.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been playing Urel a lot. So yeah, I'm getting value out of it. So, but the biggest change is the level 1 though.
Yeah.
The one where she gets the healing after
Auto
using her
attack.
basic ability, auto attack.
Yeah.
That's her biggest sustainability and what made her so much of like unkillable. So I have to
Yeah.
see how that pans
She
out.
needed a nerf for that.
It's
Yeah.
still pretty strong though. 148 to 128. That's still a lot of healing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest. I have to. She can't be as aggressive in the lane and take so much damage anymore. Just knowing that she'd be able to heal, so that's going to change the way you play solo lane. So you got to be a little bit
Yeah.
more cautious now, I think.
The biggest problem she has still is that she has no mana cost. Like, you need to make the trait, not make the ability free mana. Like, that would solve a lot of the problems. Give some pressure to her mana pool. Because she can cast abilities without any sort of fear of going for what? The entire game?
She'll get low.
Yeah.
Early on, she'll get low, but she'll
I
never
mean-
get out of mana.
But in 1v1 situations, if you're using all your basic abilities on cooldown to even run out of mana, you're in a position where you're bodying the other player anyway because you've used that many abilities. So you're pushing them out of lane and getting double globes to begin with. So you're not going to run out of mana.
Mm-hmm. That's a huge problem that they didn't address with her. They just made her less sustainy, reduce some of her best talents, but that's still a huge problem in my mind.
Yeah. But divine steed at level 7, movement speed bonus reduced from 80 to 60. That's literally nothing because the biggest value of that talent is just the instant mount itself.
Instant mount. Yeah.
So they could have made it movement speed bonus reduced from 80 to 0, and it's still the go-to talent in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Templex's verdict do at level 16? Now also deals 4% of enemy heroes maximum health as damage. What's the talent do?
It
Before it
reduces
just,
armor
Yeah.
by 20 for 4 seconds.
The hammer. Now it's
So
even
now
better.
it reduces armor and does giant killer damage.
Yeah, that's
4%.
the go-to. That's
Wow.
the go-to, I think, in my opinion.
But that's only on fully charged, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yes, I
It
believe
doesn't
so.
say I fully charged though.
Heroes. Let me check Heroes Hearth.
Okay.
I mean,
I will. Usually,
that seems
you
pretty
use
good. That seems like it
Yeah.
has a spot.
I mean, most of the time you hit your trait and do the W anyway, and the hammer. So.
It doesn't say fully charged.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You just press it
Scott
then.
was right.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
All right.
So even if you insta W, you still get 4% of their health. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the armor reduction, right? That's actually
Yeah.
a really good vulnerability.
20
That
armor
puts
for
a-
4 seconds.
So that means she's going to be right in that spot, right behind the tank, and the back line, just hitting the tank back into the your team. Get
Yeah,
blown
Should
up.
be like, it's a poor man's haymaker.
It's a haymaker. Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So there's a question here on the notes where it says, yeah, Blizzard has been sticking to the point where they must wait 2 weeks after any change in order to bounce someone. What do you think about this? Scott.
It's good. I mean, they've been doing this for about as long as I can remember. It's been like at least 2+ years that they've been having the 2 weeks before they do balance changes, unless somebody's
2
like
weeks?
way out of whack.
I don't
Well,
know. It seems
Zarya?
like
Yeah,
seems
that's
like
like a
6
certain
months they've been
circumstance.
sticking
The
to this.
standard, they've been waiting like 2 weeks, and it's a good threshold because that gives them a good amount of time to gather all their data and see, the certain talent picks. So if somebody's too strong or too weak, they can, figure out what they need to change. You need a certain amount of data before you can make significant changes to a hero.
And they could do that because they have the double bans in the beginning. So even if there is an issue, like that can be corrected with the bans. So.
Yeah, that I agree with. I mean, if there's a problem, you just ban them out now. But that didn't exist for the longest time.
Yeah, it was.
Before I wanted, yeah.
It was way harder to go on that 2 week stretch waiting for an update or like a patch with the one ban. But now with the double ban, 4 bans up front, it's I think a lot easier to cope with that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but there's also times where like new heroes launch or something happens. Like remember when Maiev launched, she was overpowered for 2 weeks. Phoenix launched, overpowered for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And now
Yeah.
the Rainer's the same along with Asmodan to a certain degree, overpowered for 2 weeks.
And
Like-
Urel overpowered
And
for 2
Urel
weeks.
too, yeah, Urel, and she's still strong.
Well,
and
she was weak initially, and then they buffed her, and she's been overpowered for like a good
yeah,
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
I don't know. Like, I can respect that they want to be sure in the changes they make, and
Yeah.
obviously they do end up making the changes they need to. I don't know. A space monkey in chat says, "Gotta sell that bundle, mate."
He's right.
I mean, it worked. Like when Zarya first came out, she was garbage for 2 days, really overpowered for a week, and then toned down. But it actually made me buy Zarya on like both accounts with money. So I mean, that shit works. If an overpowered hero is overpowered enough, then I'm just gonna spend money and buy him on both my Smurf and main. But yeah, I guess good for them to actually sticking to the schedule so that they don't have another Zarya incident.
Yeah,
And moving on, I guess Gunha, it's such a meta whore thing to do. Of course, I'm a meta whore, baby. Not ashamed. So this next segment is called Many Good, Some Bad. So we all can agree Blizzard has been more or less knocking it out of the park in terms of the features and occasional skin updates, lore stuff, and they've been holding up the end of the bargain or their word when they announced the changes they were going to do at BlizzCon. And I feel like every month or so we've had some really big things like Nexomania and all that stuff. But there's some bad shit to accompany it. So one of them is with the past season being launched, minor regions got the shit under the stick because of the new Masters strict matchmaking system. And there's been dozens of posts on Reddit saying, I have been waiting 5 hours for a Hero League match. What the fuck? For a week now. Or 2 weeks? 2 weeks now.
It's still running? The clock's still going on that guy?
And today Blizzard announced that they just reverted the changes for minor regions. Okay. It took 2 weeks for you guys to realize that people have been waiting in fucking queue for 5+, some guys 12+ 20 hours just to see how far they can push it.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
And during that, you have the rank decay if you're not playing.
Oh yeah, he's decaying right now. You're right.
You can't get rank decay if you haven't done your placements because you're waiting 10 hours every game.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He would decay while in queue.
It's like, no, I don't want to decay.
I've noticed even playing in the U.S. on I guess a major region that my queue times have increased. It took me my first placement game. It took me a while to find a game. Like I waited in like 10 minutes, and I was just like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna go search another mode." I did it like another time and waited 10 minutes, and was like, "All right, fuck it! I'm just gonna play on ranked draft." When I finally waited, it took me like 20 minutes to find my first game. I've never had anything near that long. Maybe in Team League I've waited that long, but this was like in Hero League on like a Saturday. When there's a ton of people playing.
The fuck?
So I've noticed personally that with the changes in matchmaking for Hero League, my queue times have increased.
My queue times in the beginning of the season, obviously all the hardcore masters and GMs are trying to grind. So it was sometimes insta queue, like 30 seconds on average, I guess, for 50 games. And then I guess as the week pressed on, I'm still waiting. I'm waiting around 3 to 4 minutes, which is not bad for Masters Hero League at all, because towards the end of the last season, when there's not as many players playing, since the season's been going for 3 months, I was waiting like 5-ish to 10. So
that's like what I'm averaging right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. My games, I get them within 2 minutes.
Yeah, because the silver player pool is huge. You're a man of the people down there.
Sometimes like 20 seconds I get a game. That's awesome. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
That's the silver lining.
Oh god, that's
so bad. That was good. That was clever.
No, that was bad.
I like it.
I just understood it.
Oh wow, somebody's slow. I got that.
I was reading chat. That's my excuse.
Okay, you mean you're doing Tower Baron's job?
Yeah. Yeah, but queue times for me have been okay. It just seems like Scott's is an outlier. I don't know, but how has your wait times been? Anything as long as your placement games ever since you placed?
I'm probably waiting on average around like 8 minutes per game.
Oh shit! Damn.
It's pretty long.
Yeah, Sasa, we're just talking about the minor regions getting fucked over because of the long wait times. But good news is they reverted the change, so all those Masters players in minor regions get to play with Plat players again. Nice, woo!
Well, they get to play, right? Period.
Yeah,
they get to play.
Well, it doesn't have to be Plat players. They could go and tighten up what they used to be, because it used to be like, or with the new changes, if you're Master, you don't play with anyone below Diamond 1. If they increased it to maybe like all the way
as
to like
I understand
Diamond 3.
it, those minor regions are that low that you regularly match up with people 2 divisions below you, even gold players.
You could tighten it up to like only Diamond and above type of deal.
That's what they did, right?
Well, you could only play a Diamond 1 and up if you're a Masters.
Yeah.
If they made it like Diamond 5,
and that many players didn't exist in Diamond 1 Plus they couldn't find 10 players on at the same time like that. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you just increase it to the whole scope of diamond, you're going to be waiting longer, but you should find a game. You don't have to include plat or gold players. You can tighten up those restrictions a little bit, just like not super tight.
But they loosened, but people still 20 hours in couldn't find matches. How loosened do you think it was after that many hours, and they still couldn't find diamonds and masters?
Fuck, I don't know. I'd have to read the patch notes for how much because they did say on the minor regions that they did loosen after a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they tried.
Yeah, I was thinking because on major regions they don't loosen at all, right?
So Sasa says in chat, every South American master in GM I know draft reports that never gets 5v5 with the same rank. So it's a reality. They wait a long time and they also get really shit drafts, but it's the better alternative to not even getting a game, right?
Yeah. It just sucks. Like, I mean, I've talked to Sauce and he says he can't play Hero League and he's in Brazil because the queue times are too long. That's why he plays on US servers.
Me too.
And he suffers like what, 200, 300 ping?
Yeah, but he still takes that as opposed to, waiting 20 plus minutes for every single game.
God damn. Well, good news is Blizzard reverted the change. Bad news, 120 ping, Sasa says. Okay. That's still a lot of ping. Bad news is you still get shit matches because minor regions suck. But my question is this irreversible damage? Because a lot of players quit.
I'd see a lot of the high level players quitting or taking a break that were in these regions. If you can't find a game, I mean, you can't play the game if you can't find a game. Might as well do something else with your time.
True.
I swear, if I wait more than 5 minutes for a game, I'm switching game modes.
Yeah, if I had to wait even 15 minutes for every single game I had to find, I'd probably stop playing, let alone the hours that they're waiting.
Yeah, and also you wait 20 hours once. How many times are you going to wait 20 hours again? Never, right? So
never
it's
again.
a self-perpetuating problem. People are not going to play anymore.
Yeah, alienating your player base at that point.
The biggest thing that gets me, yes, you did this thing that good looks on paper, which we all agreed it looks great on paper, and it seems to be working out for the most part, but it took you 2 weeks to recognize that there was a problem and you fix it. While the rest of the fucking community knew for 2 weeks, how obvious of a big problem this was.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Sucks. The player base is just not that big. That's the biggest issue. If Blizzard was able to get more people playing the game, it'd be easier to find games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Just
anyway,
back to the whole that's the whole 2 week rule, right? Wait 2 weeks, see what happens, and they did that. And kind of shitty in this terms because it's not just a balance patch; it's a can I play the game patch kind of problem.
yeah. And I guess we'll move on to the next topic.
AI.
AI schmai. Is the AI better than a toddler? It's too close to tell.
No, is AI better than a BlizzCon player?
Oh,
hey, I was.
You mean at the public lobbies?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my god. So a couple months ago, Blizzard made a big post and they kind of showed off their new toy, the new AI that learns from player behavior. And it's and we kind of agreed initially that it was a step up from the previous AI. But I don't know what players these AIs have been fucking learning from, but it has been really bad lately.
It's following the silver AI.
I was a Rhaegar, and then I would ping Gul'dan if Gul'dan DC'd, right? And all Gul'dan would do is stick by me, throw the occasional spell out, and just B-step all game.
Yeah, B-stepping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Happens to
B
me all the
stepping. What's
time.
up with the B stepping?
Hey. That's the best kind of player right there. The one who
I'm like,
B-steps.
That's
you
the
fucking
arrogant
cool. Then you
AI.
haven't done shit with
game.
B stepping. Come on, dude, actually
Yeah.
do something.
I mean,
Q, B-step.
they've done the research on the people that win are the people that B-step. So if you B-step more, you're obviously increasing your chances of winning.
Yep.
It only makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my
Cast
God.
Q, then B-step. Cast Q, then B-step.
Get the other players pissed off and out of position, and then you swarm on them.
The AI is learning. You got to give it a couple more months before it realizes that there's a reason why you B-step and what the timing that you do B-step.
And spray drop.
So what you're
right?
saying, a couple months from now, they're just gonna straight mount to the towers and then just B step while they're getting tower shots.
Maybe that'll be the next step, and maybe in a couple years it'll learn that you only B-step after you won and are winning.
Mhm.
Oh my
That'd be
God.
so cool if the AI, when it got a kill, just B-stepped and dropped the spray.
Mm-hmm.
And did the / dance or whatever.
Oh my God. And then if it has like a little badge with the taunt, it uses the taunt.
All the BM moves.
But yeah, have you guys had the same experience as me? The AI is so bad.
It's terrible. Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm not really upset about it because I don't expect anything. I guess you have expectations for me. I don't. I have zero expectations.
Well, the AI used to at least come and like try and participate. I haven't played with that many AI recently, but sometimes they're like right next to you and nothing's really happening, and they're 80% life and damn near full mana, and they just like hearth. It's like, dude,
Oh, yeah.
there's not even like minions at our base. What are you doing?
Also, there was a clip of Dunk Train playing with an AI. And the AI just literally right-clicked towards the enemy 5-stack and just stood there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
not the 5-stack, but it was like he walked into towers and 2 other heroes and just kind of stood there and didn't do anything and just died. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean,
Not
they-
even
they
bronze
said-
players do that.
They said
Unless
they
they're
only
trying to
released
feed.
the advanced AI for certain characters, right? They didn't buff all of them. They only buffed ones which they chose to do.
Yeah, they made like a couple posts like, "Hey, this AI is activated for certain heroes," and then a couple patches later, they said, "Oh, we expanded the list of heroes that this AI is under." So I don't know. And after that, they didn't really do much.
Exactly. So like maybe your rail still has, toddler AI.
God damn. I mean, they all seem to have bad AI.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, don't
I
drop
mean,
from your games.
I mean, their old AI is at least some games you could say, okay, this guy is not gonna throw the game for us, right? And we have like a 30% chance, but at least it's 30%. But if you don't have an AI, if you have an AI nowadays, it's like, okay, might as well just, give the enemy team the free win because we have 0 chance of winning this game.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect to lose with AI, so I'm not, I don't feel bad.
All right. Well,
All right.
should we save this for next week? We're an hour 45 in.
Yeah, well, we should say that like Blizzard is not actually producing content that teaches people, map mechanics and game mechanics, which is nice, right? I approve of that.
Yeah, go to the Heroes
Yeah.
Esports website and go look up their mid-game moves article series. There's a lot of good stuff in there, especially camp timings. There's
Yep.
a lot of juicy bits of information that you can actually apply to your game. So, yeah.
I put it in the chat. There it is. It's in the chat.
Nice. Yeah.
I got that
Nice.
thing bookmarked. It's really nice.
And I
It's
guess
very condensed too. It's
yeah.
very condensed and complete for every map.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's about time they've made content that finally teaches the players how to do how to improve. It's a very good step for them.
Yeah,
Yep.
if only it was easier to find that kind of information.
Well, now it's on the website, right? Now it's no longer
Maybe
a not
in the
Paradox
game.
video. Yeah.
Maybe in like a tutorials tab or something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If they had like a tab in game to look at some of this stuff. I
I
mean,
know.
some of the info they have is bad. They need a tab where you could look at, pull up the map of any map you want, and you could look at where all the stuff is. You could click on, the siege giants and see what time they spawn, see what when they're taking the respawn times of it, spawn timers on the boss, spawn time on the objective, when the how much downtime between objectives. Like there's a ton of information that should be readily available, especially to like the lower level people, like I'm sure a lot of like the grandmasters and professionals know all this because they study it, but like if you're just playing, you don't really have this kind of info at your fingertips unless you're like watching replays and holding a stopwatch.
Also, scaling rates is also something that's, we all know it's 4%, but
Standard.
many characters are, deviating from that. So,
Yeah.
which is one
Rainer's
cool
5%.
thing. Hot Slugs has a feature now where if you go to Hot Slugs, right, and then go to the Heroes tab and then go to the Talent Calculator, right, there's a slider that shows you what shows you how much something does at what level for that hero. It's really cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so it's like what does Alarak combo do at level 16? And then if you do the slider to level 16, all his abilities and talents are updated to level 16 numbers.
That's nice.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, nice.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so Hot Slug is the only website that I'm aware of that does that. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you the health and mana yet, but hopefully they can add that in. But yeah, very useful.
That is really good.
Yeah, let me actually show the website right here.
Yeah, if only.
Yeah. They
Blizzard had
changed the highlighted damage values and heal
Yeah.
amounts. That's sick.
So it says
That's really good.
328 at level 16 for Discord Strike, and I moved the slider to level 6, and then it's 221. Sweet. And you can do that for every hero in the game.
That's actually really sick because the scaling, it's always been kind of confusing to keep track of like how much it scales. I know it's like a percentage, but to just keep trying to do the math pad, this makes it really easy.
Yeah.
Man, nice.
All right. Well, I guess that's our show, and we'll throw it over to Tower Baron.
That's our show, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Very nice.
Yay.
And we'll talk about Bush League next week.
Yeah.
Bye, Maggie.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.